friends. It looks like we're buffering already. I hope not. So, so far I have done a video or a live stream every day, as I've been determined to do. And I did have a video for today, but I didn't want to kick my son off the computer to make a video, since his only social interaction right now is on the computer. So I decided I would live stream instead. I see 6 people are here. Okay, I gotta select all messages are visible. Hi, Heather. Okay, so I just washed my face. Hi, Terry. All quiet people. So, feeling pretty tired. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna last here, but I have my last zombie pack face mask here. Hi, Justice. You're a hobbit. Hi, Charlatan. This water drying on my face is making my nose itch. So no, I don't have a disease or anything. Anyway, I thought I would do my face mask while I talk to you guys for a little self-care or entertainment. I don't know if you guys have seen my video where I decided to freeze my face into a smile using this, because usually when I do a face mask, I can't smile. So I thought, well, what if I froze it as a smile? Like, what would it feel like then? I think I spilled some of this. That's okay. So, say some things to make me smile while I do this. The stuff stinks. Charlatan, thank you. You're so generous. All right, this is a bit thicker than usual because some of it spilled. Hi, Barbie. Yeah, the weather is so nice here today, and I'm grateful, because we go outside and it's hard to imagine that the world is the way it is right now. I love the sticker super chats. They're so pretty. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I don't know how old this skit is, but I just watched this Saturday Night Live skit with Andy Samberg and Paul Rudd. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but well, I don't want to give it away. So they paint portraits of each other, and when they go to auction one of the paintings, what happens next had me laughing really hard. All right. So this stuff, this is called a zombie pack. Hi, Lynn. And you can get it from Amazon. Hi, Little Mew Maid. Hi, Hero. Uh-oh, got my hair. Anyway, okay, the skit is called Everyone's a Critic, or something like that. Yeah, definitely go watch it. No, there are no troopers on the streets of Washington. We're not even required to stay in our houses yet. They're just asking us to at this point, and or to keep our distance from people. So a lot of people, my hair. A lot of people are hanging out at crowded parks and stuff, which is just dumb. Okay, I have to remember to smile. I gotta keep my hair out of the way. Super thick. And I don't want to talk about everything I did today because I made a video about it, but I haven't edited it. And I decided I didn't want to stay up super late editing a video. And I don't want to do what I did at Vlogmas, you know? Alright. This feels like glue. So thick. I only have one more of these left. So supposedly this does something for your skin, but for me it's more fun than anything. And the comments only stay on my screen if I keep touching the screen, which is irritating. All right. Hi, Jose. Hi, Catherine. Oh, Catherine, that sounds really great. Grates of Soul. Lots of people are doing live streams of music, like even opera and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Hi, Fitzroy. Barbie, your hair and nail salon are still open. Hi, Hemi. Terry, we're not required yet, but California started it a day or two ago. It's just being strongly suggested here that people stay home. Heather, you have snow? That's lame. Did I say hi, little Mew Maid? Music Logic, did I officially say hi? Oh, Hero says, my daughter is a prisoner in San Francisco. I'm sorry. Music Logic says, I have a clear plastic bag to wear over my head if I have to go out. If you're just tuning in, I just put a mask on my face and I'm freezing my face with a smile again. Which is, it gets funny when I try to drink. Hemi says, I'm having KFC withdrawals. I keep seeing all these to support businesses and especially restaurants, but I spent all my money on groceries. And now our friend Meyer has limited everything to 2 items. So you can only buy 2 gallons of milk. And so it's not just the stuff that's selling out. It's like everything they put a limit on. And so I wonder, okay, how am I supposed to shop for my family for 2 weeks the next time I need to shop for them for 2 weeks? So that's what I did, is I got enough food for 2 weeks, except I'm going to need more milk every few days or so. And hi, DJ. And at the same time, I'm picking up groceries for my parents. So I shop for my large family and for my parents at the same time if there's such a strict limit on everything. And then Costco has decided they're not taking any returns on toilet paper or Lysol or cleaning wipes or hand sanitizer because these jerks who bought everything to try to make a profit, they're not allowed to sell it now, and so now they want their money back. I love that Costco did that. That's really great. Ah. And I think the fine for trying to sell things like that at a profit is like $10,000 for the first offense. Jose says, no, you keep buying two things, and when you take it to your car, go back in and buy it again. Yeah, just, expose myself to the virus extra. Or, they don't really want people to bring their kids with them, but I could have my kids get in line and 2 gallons of milk, please. Like for each kid. Hemi says, I'm still eating Chinese food and it hasn't killed me yet. That's nice. I like that. Yeah, so those are not just hoarders, they are people. So true hoarders buy all the stuff because they plan on using it in the future. But these people, as soon as they realized there was something coming, they thought, ooh, I can make a profit off of this. So hoarders, lots of them keep stuff not just for themselves, but so that they can help other people too when there's a crisis. It's getting hard to talk, you guys. This feels so weird. Everybody should try this. I'm serious. So, did everyone have a good day staying where you are? Oh, I guess a lot of you probably had to work. I have a friend who works at Costco, and it's just crazy there. She's working 6 or 7 days a week. And I feel so bad for people who work in this situation right now between grocery stores and doctors and nurses. And I can't even imagine how exhausting it is. So, okay. My face is stuck. I think, yeah, it feels like it's dry now. Like my hands are starting to crack, and they're super dry because I've been washing them so much. And I feel like it's impossible to wash my hands as often as I need to wash my hands, considering how big our family is and just the thought that any one of us could have it and not have symptoms. So, I don't know. As far as my family goes, I've just kind of given up on trying not to get it from them. And so, is the chat frozen? All right. Watch what happens when I frown now, you guys. You ready? This will always be funny to me. Okay, frown. I can't even frown without looking like I'm like an old lady trying to kiss someone. Guys, this is high entertainment, and it's like one of those things that's great to do at home. All right. Okay. All right, the chat's not frozen anymore. All right. Catching up. All right. I missed some things. Oh, what happened to Charlatan? Someone said something was awful. I hate it when the chat freezes. So, I went to Office Depot the other night and they said they think they're getting toilet paper in tonight and to come in early in the morning. So I might try that. We're still fine. I just don't want to get to the point where we're not fine. Charlatan says someone went into a large grocery store here and purchased all the meat products. Jerks. Jose says, I see someone got hit in the head with a wine bottle for a case of water at Walmart. They actually stabbed, like they broke the bottles and there was a stabbing or something. Hemi says, how many lows can Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? Catherine says, I live in New York. It's bad. Everything's shutting down, all non-essential stores by Sunday. Yeah, so the dining rooms in restaurants are closed here, and lots of other things are closed. Salons and that sort of thing are closed. Hi, Times and Signs. Suze Marie, good to see you. How are things in Minnesota? DJ, you have to go back to work on Monday. Walmart needs a bunch of employees. Little Me Mate says, when I was a kid, I liked putting Elmer's glue on my hands, and when it dried, I would pull it off. Yeah, that was always fun to do. Barbie, that's fun. We should have a picnic on the front lawn tomorrow, and then we can yell to the neighbors. One of my neighbors was doing work in the backyard yesterday. They move into houses and they flip them, and we got to talk to her for a while, and that was nice. So the nice weather brings out people to talk to each other, and we had so much rain during the winter. It was crazy. Lynn says, I'm enjoying this forced sabbatical, but I feel bad for my friends in the service industry. They're not getting paid, so it's scary for them. Yeah, it's so hard. Terry says, my brother is a superintendent for hotel construction, and he is required to keep working, but says the laborers that are working are not following the 6-foot distancing or other rules. Yeah, that's not cool. Catherine, I would love to buy paint. I was thinking I want to buy paint, but again, we spent our money on groceries. But does my mask hurt? Does what hurt? Yeah, cabin fever is way fine, isn't it? So, hi, Deo. Oh, Deo, let's see if I can make the face with this mask on. So open your blinds, open the windows to get some fresh air. Unless it's really cold outside, then don't open the windows. But it's finally gotten warm enough here, at least part of the day, that we can open some windows. And this has just been a big week of adjustment for everyone. And I feel like maybe I'll be more productive this week. Maybe. It's hard to know what to do with myself and what to do with my kids, and um, especially Eric, who's supposed to graduate this year. They haven't officially said that graduation's canceled, but that's what it's looking like. Hi, Apple. Justice says, this is what I call classic YouTube content. I'm scared I'll eat my supplies in the next couple of hours and the pub is shut. No. I know, I got like 4 bags of marshmallows so that we could try to save those for those moments where we're starting to go crazy and then make some s'mores in the backyard or something. Oh no, Jose. Jose says a doctor at my work already has been tested positive for the virus. That is not good. I don't think a lot of these people who think they're invincible think about the fact that the healthcare workers are not invincible, and if they do have something go wrong with them, who's going to take care of them? Oh, bye, Charlahan. Thanks again for the super chat. Walmart wants to hire 3,000 people in New York. What did I say? Hi, Apple? Thank you. My husband got me these jammies for Christmas. It says bite me in case you couldn't see it. Oh, thank you, Terry. There are 115 people that have the virus that they know of in Minnesota. It's a ghost town in the Twin Cities. The Mall of America is closed. Very stressful, but I feel like when this is all over, people are going to have a lot of mercy on each other because everyone's in the same boat, you know? The thing that's breaking my heart the most is, you know, as usual, people are losing loved ones to all sorts of things, and now people can't even have an actual memorial service, or maybe they'll wait until later. But the town I used to live in, family lost their son, he's a teenager. He suddenly passed away in his sleep, and they have no idea why. And they were trying to have a viewing, and they thought, well, if we spread it out over many hours, then people can slowly go in and we can keep the distance rule. But then they finally realized this isn't responsible and we can't do this. So they had to cancel having the viewing. So I just, no matter what this is doing to my family, like my family is well, and they're around me. So I feel really grateful for that. Deo, that's true. A break from pollution. Well, good night, Lynn. Yeah, Barbie, we're blessed in lots of ways, and I think we have lots of lessons to learn during the situation. And hi, Joanna. Joanna says, every night I want to open my window because it's been warm. I have raccoons that climb the tree beside my house and come up on my roof and keep trying to get in my windows at night. They just want to be your friend. Just let them be your friend. And I try to drink with this thing on my face. Now that I've moved my face, I have all these cracks and stuff. I'm gonna have to take this thing off my face. Just kidding. Really uncomfortable. Hi, Lizzie. At the same time, I know this is really hard on so many people for so many reasons. So everything you feel is valid. You know, I don't really like it when I tell a friend or someone something hard that's going on in my life, and they go, well, at least you don't have this, or at least you don't have that. That's, yeah. People should just listen and say, I'm so sorry, that's really lame, or something. All right, I'm going to get this washcloth wet. I'm going to get the stuff off my face before I get some sort of rash or something. I'm sitting on the most uncomfortable thing in the world. All right. Hopefully I can get this off with a washcloth. So, years ago, I had a miscarriage, and someone did the, at least you don't have this issue with me. So, we had a family photo planned, and we had to go down to my brother's, and the plan was to give my parents a gift of a portrait of all the grandkids. And I thought, even though I'm having a miscarriage, I still need to go down there so I don't ruin the gift, And my husband had just started a job that ended up being a nightmare. Like, it sounded good on paper, and that's a long story, but he was dealing with some verbally abusive people and working many, many hours. And I was upset because we had to leave Friday afternoon, and then we were doing pictures the next morning. And work kept him late, and so I had to start packing up the car. And then a friend came by, and she was bringing me some sort of plant, which was really nice of her. Like, she was trying to, express sympathy. But I was very upset at the moment, and I was upset that my husband just couldn't take time off of work because things were just going so wrong. And so, I was kind of losing it at the moment and crying as I was taking things to the car. And I said, who has to die for him to get a day off of work? And then she said, well, some women wish that their husbands even had a job. Like, I'm not supposed to feel upset right now because I could have it worse and other people don't have the blessing that I do. But I think it's totally okay for someone to be mad and upset that they're having a miscarriage. So a lot of people just still haven't learned that lesson, that what's best is just to listen and say, that's terrible, and I'm so sorry. And yes, bring a plant or something or some chocolate. And I remember my sister sent me an edible bouquet of, I think it had some chocolate covered strawberries and stuff. And one of my best friends, she showed up with taco time for me. And yeah, food is always, it's always a good option. So anyway, yeah, whatever you all are going through, it's totally okay for you to feel upset about how this is affecting you. And hi, Linda. Hi, Domain. Justice, I agree with that. My husband was saying, this seems really... He said maybe they're not telling the truth about just how bad this virus is. And I am hearing more stories about it affecting younger people. And so my husband's friend has a friend in Australia who made a video, and she's in the hospital in the ICU. And she's doing better now, but she's still um, on oxygen, and she's a smoker, so that's one thing I think that's going to put a lot of people at risk, is if their lungs are already compromised at all. And so she asked people to please take this seriously, and said also just put the cigarettes down. Just don't do this anymore. And these young people who think they're invincible, if they're vaping and stuff, they should be concerned about getting this virus. Thank you, Justice. That miscarriage, that was way back in 2006, and luckily it was pretty early on, so I feel like that lessened the devastation. And I hadn't even told anyone yet that I was pregnant, except for my husband. So I suddenly even blurted out to my mom that I was having a miscarriage, and she was shocked. Australia is rationing the meat, Catherine. Good. I think, hopefully this sort of thing never happens again. But I think as soon as there's any word of pandemics or anything like that, stores should put a purchase limit on the essentials, so we can avoid people who are trying to profit off of the misery. Not sure if I got this all off. All right. My face is super splotchy now. Hi, Aylin. Thanks so much. I'm planning on staying safe. So yeah, I remember we were doing this crafting thing at church a week after my miscarriage, and I hadn't told many people about it at all. And one of the crafts that we got to choose was making baby bracelets. And I just felt like I was going to have a baby girl in the future. And so here I was making a bracelet for a baby girl, and suddenly one of my friends says, "Hey, do you know who all's pregnant right now?" And it just stunned me, and I blurted out, "Well, I was last week and now I'm not." And then she felt really bad that she said something, but um, I don't know, I'm not really one to keep things a secret like that, and we don't tend to like wait a long time to tell people when we're pregnant, but or rather when I'm pregnant, my husband doesn't get pregnant. But I've known a lot of women who had miscarriages and never told anybody, who had like multiple miscarriages. Okay, let's play a game. Let's play Which Would You Rather? Ready? All right, let me think of something. Deo. Deo says I called my 3-year-old daughter and asked her to give a 20-minute talk for Sunday. She's going to start her talk saying how she was trying to figure out how to get out of giving the talk. That's so funny, because when we had home church with my family last week, I said, okay, I'm going to give a talk. And then I actually said something like that. Well, when I was asked to give this talk, I was like, I really, was hoping that I could get out of it. It's so funny that you said that. So Dio and I, we go to the same church, not in the same place, but that's kind of one of our cultural things. Is someone will be asked to speak in church, and lots of people will say, so, when I got the phone call, I was really scared, and I really didn't want to do this. It's a great way to start a talk. Hi, Gadgets. Yes, I can say hi to you. Hi. Bashful can say hi to you too. Come on. All right. We're going to play Which Would You Rather? Would you rather put this zombie pack on your face that I just put on my face, or would you rather dress in drag? I guess it's not really a good one. If you've seen So I Married an Axe Murderer, they play Which Would You Rather? So I'm trying to think of something that won't offend anybody. Would you rather give a speech on TV to the nation, or this is the funny thing, is I'm actually terrified of public speaking, but this doesn't feel like public speaking because I don't have a crowd sitting in front of me. I'll sing for a crowd, I don't mind that. But yeah, public speaking like makes me physically ill. Okay, would you rather give a speech to the nation on TV, or would you rather lick a grocery store um, door handle? I would really have to think about that. Deo says speech to the nation. That doesn't surprise me. People say, why don't you do stand-up comedy? And that's terrifying to me. I Barbie, it could be pre-virus, sure. Why not? Do you know that public speaking is like it's like the number one worst fear? There's like a poll taken and people listed public speaking above death. Justice says, would you rather give a speech to the nation or run out of toilet paper? I would rather run out of toilet paper. I guess it would depend on what the speech was about. I don't know. If it were a speech about why chocolate is delicious and not about anything controversial. Yeah. I could find an alternative to toilet paper. Okay, give me another one. Give me another which would you rather. Heather says, I ain't speaking in front of anyone. I don't blame you. Yeah, the first time I gave a talk in church as an adult, I literally felt like I was going to die. I felt like if my heart beats any faster, I am going to die. Hi, Shane. No, I don't have a fever. I was just washing this face mask off. No worries. My face gets pink every time I put anything on it. Deo says, worst pickup line of the current time. Hey girl, if the coronavirus doesn't take you out, can I? Oh my gosh. That is horrible. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a fever, I definitely wouldn't be live streaming, I'm sure. And I wouldn't be smiling either. Although maybe I'd live stream and I'd be like, who is that out there? Shane, is that you? Shane. Shane, come closer. Shane, I would feel so much better if you give me a super chat. No, I wouldn't do that. One of these days, I'm going to have to break out my German textbook and read some stuff to you guys. You guys have to watch the Man Cold video. It's on YouTube. You have to look up Man Cold. I forget who does the skit, but it's so funny because this guy has a cold and he calls, well, he's in the UK, so he calls 999. And the paramedics show up and his wife comes down and she's like, well, why didn't you call me? Oh, I tried calling you, but you didn't hear me. So I called 999. I was all, Laura, Laura, but you didn't hear me. Shane, I only know some German, so I took 4 years of German, but that was in high school. And now I'm 45, so it's been a long time. But sometimes I try to brush up on my German skills, but no German people live around me. So it's hard to practice it when you don't get to talk to anybody. Maybe I need a German Skype friend or something. Because there are times when I've talked to people online and it gets really frustrating because you have to find like the umlauts and stuff and it's just really slow going and writing it out is not the same as actually speaking to somebody. No, I don't speak any Portuguese. Joanna, you would talk to the nation? If you guys could... No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. We're going to steer away from anything that you would say to the nation. Besides, I love you, nation. Hero says, can you make the German ginger cookies? I don't think I know. Well, the gingerbread men? Like that? Justice says, would you rather say something really controversial right now or be a test patient for the new vaccine that gives you a 50-50 chance of living? I would go for the vaccine. Heather says, just start yelling at the kids and others in German. It'll make it more scary. That's true. Sometimes when one of my piano students doesn't have a pencil handy, I'm like, Bleistift! What? Like, I need a Bleistift. Little Mew Maid, I don't know if I have seen that. Oh, Hero, are you talking about Ginger Snaps or the Pfeffernusse? That one? When I was in German class, we used to have to like memorize little dialogues. And this one was from 8th grade. There's so many things I can't remember now as a mom, like stuff that I, heard 5 minutes ago. But I can remember, für Biologie liest sie 2 Seiten, für Deutsch macht sie Grammatikübungen und sie schreibt einen Aufsatz. Erdkunde lernt sie später, sie hat morgen eine Klassearbeit. And I can remember my friend's phone number from 3rd grade. That's weird. Actually, I think I remember my locker combination from like 10th grade. I don't know why that one stands out so much. I'm not going to tell you what it was, though, because I don't want you to break into my locker. Not that you could find my locker or my school, but you never know. Thank you, Shane. So I took 1 year of German, and then I got to go to Austria for 5 weeks. So my German teacher said there was a family that wanted to do an unofficial exchange and have their daughter come to the States for 5 weeks, and then one of us would go over there for 5 weeks. And so she asked who's interested, and I raised my hand and said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, me!" And I thought I was going to have to fight someone for it, but no one even reacted at all. And I had started saving my money in, I think, 4th grade, thinking, if I want a car when I'm 16, I'm going to have to start saving my money now. So back then we made $1.50 an hour babysitting. So it was very, very slow savings for me. And once I had the opportunity to go to Austria, I decided I don't really need a car that bad. I really want to go to Austria and have that experience. So at that point I had about $400, and I asked my parents if I could go, and I said, if I can, I'll give you all my savings. And so that covered about half my flight, and then my host family took care of all my expenses over there. And so my German, I think, improved a lot there, although they had a different dialect in the little town I was in. But some people asked me if I was German because I'm good at imitating sounds, and but I hadn't learned how to speak past tense yet. So instead of saying, I went to church today, I would say, I go to church today. And so that would make it more obvious. And then they had a friend who was an English professor, and he asked if I could come with him to his class. I guess so that the students could speak to me. But they learn like British English in classes, and so some terms we use were confusing. So like we say pants instead of trousers and stuff. And so I actually rode with the guy. It's interesting all the things I did over there, because looking back going, I was 15 years old and I get in the car with some grown man that I've never met before. But he was nice. He asked me if I could try to speak British English because it was hard to understand me. And so I had grown up on like Monty Python. So I'm talking like this and I'm feeling like an idiot because this is not how I really speak. And then he says, "Oh, you actually sound more British. You asked me to." That was awkward. Linda is asking me, were you a wild child? No, I was not a wild child. You would think so, right? Um, I spent a lot of time practicing and doing gymnastics. I did gymnastics until my dad got laid off, and then I was told I had to pick either gymnastics or piano. And I decided, since I could play the piano my whole life and most likely wouldn't do gymnastics anymore after I had kids, I thought that was the smarter decision, and that was more of my passion anyway. But yeah, I spent a lot of time practicing just because I like to. And my mom said when I was little, I was so obedient, she thought there was something wrong with me. I think the chat's frozen again. Let's see if we can fix this. Unfreeze. It's telling me welcome to live chat. Thanks. My mom said there was a time where I did something slightly naughty and she felt relieved. She doesn't remember what it was, but yeah, I think I became more rebellious as a young adult. That's when all my weirdness started to really shine through. But I never snuck out of the house. I never drank. I never did drugs. Yeah, I was a boring teenager. I ate lunch in the choir room. Total choir nerd. Hi, Jane. Justice, is awesome that you play the guitar. It's really important, I think, for everyone to have an outlet when they're feeling sad or angry or anything. Shane is asking, did I ever get in trouble? No. Not really. I mean, there were really minor things that happened, but I never had detention. Um, the thought of turning in a late assignment was extremely stressful to me and not something I ever would have done on purpose. And my kids will say, "Oh, well, that assignment's only worth 10 points. It doesn't really matter." I don't understand that at all. I don't know how they can stand to just go, "Eh, I don't really need to do that." But um, I remember I struggled with in grade school. I had the one teacher who taught math and science, so we would switch classes for that, and I wasn't really good at those things. I did try, and I took it really personally. I thought, oh, my teacher must not like me because I'm not good at what she teaches. And then, and she's pretty serious too. But at the end of the school year, she suddenly smiles at me and says, I would love it if you would come over and play with my daughter. And I was so surprised by that. And it really threw me off. Like, oh, she does like me, even though I'm bad at math and science. And I actually did become friends with her daughter, and we ended up losing touch later. But um, yeah, it's kind of funny that I felt that way. Did I ever lie as a kid? I'm trying to remember a lie that I told. Um, not not that I can remember. I remember playing with my aunt's camera, and I didn't know what the different buttons meant, and I accidentally opened the film compartment, and I felt really bad, and I didn't say something right away, but then she figured out that something went wrong, and she said, "Oh, someone opened the film compartment," and I said, "That was me." I felt so terrible. As a kid, I would go to church classes, and we had lots of lessons on being honest, and so that was something I took pretty seriously. Jane says, I have to get back to guitar. Had maybe 1.5 years of lessons with an incredible teacher. Then I had to spend a few months taking care of my mom. Want to go back or learn piano. I hope you do. I think music is so important. Hi, KO Deep. Is that K0 Deep? I'm just going to call you Deep. Thank you. Yeah, this week I don't think I got any scam calls, which is a shame because I've been home all day. And there were scammers I wanted to call. I just been trying to help my kids adjust to this lame situation and be there for them extra. Oh, your name's Cody. Okay. I'll try to remember that next time. All right. I'm still trying to remember a lie that I told. Oh, I think there are times that I snuck candy, but if someone had said, "Hey, did you eat this?" I probably would have said yes. But there was a time we made a gingerbread house, and every day I'm like, "Can we eat it yet? Can we eat it? Can we eat it?" And then my mom threw it in the garbage, and I was so upset. I'm like, "What? Why did you throw it in the garbage?" She goes, "Well, the candy's stale." Well, it was sitting right on top of the garbage, like sticking out the top, not touching anything. So I did eat some gumdrops off of the gingerbread house, and I didn't regret it. So, yeah, this week, hopefully, we'll find some sort of routine in our house. So we have one desktop computer, and we just went and picked up a Chromebook from my son's school, so that will open things up a little more. Um, my son is graduating, feels like, well, I'm just kind of done with school now. I'll just do whatever I want. But he needs to find something productive to do, and he doesn't like being home at all. He Like during the summer, he'll just walk out the door without saying anything. And where did he go? He didn't tell me he was leaving, and then he goes and hangs out with his friend all day long, and they'll walk up the train tracks for miles and explore. Hi, Jake. Jake, is this Terry's son? Shane, Amazon's hiring? Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have a car, and that's kind of far away. Okay, Jake Niehaus says, here's the issue. Pack Sabbath are sweet candy boys, but you need to help them eat blue line pie. Will you accept the challenge for these hungry fellas? Blue line pie for Pack Sabbath. Zip zip. What does that mean? I can't see your profile picture, Jake. Justice says, can you teach an okay singer to be a good singer? Yeah, you can. Yep, there are definitely things that help. Jake, are you Terry's son or not? Or is this a coincidence? Pack Sabbath are hungry, feed them blue line pie. I have no idea what that means. You're Terry's dad? No, you're not. Hi, Mamir. So, yeah, teaching an okay singer to be a good singer. You can teach them things about breath support and their vowel shape and lifting the soft palate and just all sorts of things. You're not going to teach it to them in one day, but yeah, I've seen people take voice lessons and improve a lot. So focus on keeping the vowels tall and pure, unless you're singing a certain kind of music. Mamir, I need a translation here. Shane, that's true. I hope we'll have nice weather so we can work on the garden a lot. And we just got some seeds to plant, which we're going to have to start in the house because we've still been getting some frost once in a while. And I hope we can grow enough to make the water bill worth it. We've successfully grown some things, but we look at the water bill and, oh boy, I'm not sure we saved any money there. But we usually get a pretty decent amount of strawberries. And we had a really good blueberry year, but then last year I don't know, birds or something ate pretty much all the blueberries. Oh, good night, Hero. Oh, my favorite band is U2. And yeah, there's lots of bands that I like. I like Coldplay, The Pretenders, Duran Duran, Morrissey / The Smiths. Lots and lots of stuff. Not a fan of young country. I like stuff like John Denver, more folksy sort of stuff. I like classical music. But I'd rather sing classical music than listen to classical music. My favorite solo artist. That's a hard one. I like Chris Isaak a lot. And you may have seen my video where I went to one of his concerts, and there was a peacock right behind me. This was an outdoor venue. And Chris's voice is just as amazing in person and doesn't hit any bad notes at all. Hi, goal setting. Welcome. Is my live stream the first thing you've seen? Shane, that's a good idea. I actually have a water thing for collecting from the gutter, but it hasn't been installed yet, so that's one more thing that can be done. Oh, good to see you, goal setting. So did YouTube actually recommend my live stream to you? Like lately, it doesn't seem like my videos are being recommended. Let's see if I got a message from my husband here. No. I told my husband to message me if he wants to come upstairs and go to sleep. I feel a lot more awake now that I did the face mask. Hi, sweet angel. Seeds for toilet paper. Yeah, that would be amazing. No, Justice, you don't want to drink rainwater. But you can collect the rainwater for your garden and save some money on the water bill. My husband put in a drip system. Oh, Barbie, you found my channel from a recommendation a month ago? That's cool. Yep. This past summer I had a major surge in views because my most popular video was one of the most recommended for a while. It got really crazy and exciting, and now my views are like lower than they've been in a long time. So YouTube is very unpredictable. Yeah, Justice, there's I think a lot of pollution in the air, and wouldn't want to drink the, we do eat snow sometimes though. Hi, sweet angel. Yeah, I can see you. I can't believe we've been on for an hour already. Hi, KT Forever. KT says, OMG, I've been a longtime follower. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super determined to put up some sort of video or live stream every day during this whole thing, because it will help motivate me to have a reason to put on pants. It's good for me to have a goal at all times, and my kids don't really care if I put on pants or not. So, and it gives me extra motivation to see the positive in things when it's so difficult. And, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And then I'm hoping that I can help people who watch my channel, and I know a lot of people who follow me, they live alone, and a lot of my followers are disabled or dealing with sickness and stuff. So any sort of positivity I can bring to people's lives, I hope that I can do that. I have a rule for myself that I have to have a hard laugh every day. So every day I go looking for something funny. Hi, Lakshay. Am I saying that right? KT, seriously, thank you so much. That's so wonderful. So I've been meaning to give myself some downtime and just tell my son, let's play some Super Mario Brothers. Just some mindless fun. Hi, Saint Nomad. Yeah, pants are the worst. Hi, Gordon. Shane, no, we don't have any pets. I wish we did, but if we had pets right now and we also had to worry about keeping food in stock for them, that would be very stressful. Oh, Justice, thank you. So grateful for that. Jake, thank you so much for sharing. That is so great. So, Jake, I know someone with the same exact name as you who recently lost his father, so I'm just gonna assume that you are a different Jake Niehaus. Tammy, thank you. I threw the toilet paper dance together pretty quickly, and I was kind of losing daylight, and I would have perfected my moves if I'd had more time, but that was a especially rough day just adjusting to this whole situation. It took me a long time to motivate myself to do something. Yeah, Jane, a lot of my scammer conversations happen like early in the morning when I haven't made myself presentable at all, but I figure it's more important to waste a scammer's time than to look good for everyone. I figure anyone who's big into scam baiting will feel like it's okay if I look like I just woke up. Thanks for moderating, Terry. Yeah, Shane, that's true. I'm still getting used to my new camera, and I don't have very great equipment for setting it up and stuff. So I put it on a table uh, nearby. Sometimes I have to get like another box for it to sit on. It's still not high enough. Hi, Morik. Or do I call you More? Yes, we are socially distanced right now, live. I thought once in a while we can keep each other company. A lot of people don't like to talk on the phone anymore. I would talk to friends on the phone a lot more if they weren't all about, ew, don't call me, just text me. I actually don't have a phone that's good for texting. I have a flip phone, which is a nightmare. And then I have my landline phone, which you can't text with. And people try to text my landline, and oh my gosh, it didn't work. Justice says, I don't like the way YouTube is going. They are taking the U out of tube. Also, they are out recommending movies like Outbreak and Contagion. Oh my gosh, yes. Why would they recommend Outbreak right now? That is like the last thing people should be watching right now for their anxiety and stuff. But yeah, most of my recommendations on YouTube have been celebrities and people who have like millions of subscribers and stuff. So things have really changed. But I'm still gonna plug away just because I love what I do. I when I make videos, I try to think of like my best friends and would my best friend think this is funny? Um, and if they wouldn't, then I don't make the video. Thanks, Shane. Barbie says, "Oh, OMG, I loved the Irish toilet paper dance. My husband came in and said, 'What are you watching?'" Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Shane, you're right. He says it's a good time to try and support local small businesses. Yes. I'm very grateful my husband has a stable job um, that doesn't depend on customers or anything. Tammy, I'm going to try my darndest to keep the laughs coming. So I have spent some moments crying during this, and which is okay as long as I pick myself back up. Uh, and just because I'm making some funny videos doesn't mean that I'm not taking this situation seriously. Moore says, okay, here's the deal. I have a whole pack of 24 rolls of teepee. I will trade for bread for my abundance of lunch meat. You don't have any bread? Sad. I think I might make some bread tomorrow just to supplement the bread that we already have in the freezer. Because I don't want it to become a situation where we run out of bread and then I have to make all the bread until I can buy bread again. But there's a recipe for a really easy, like rustic bread that you make in a Dutch oven. And I've never tried it, but my mom said it was really easy and you don't even really have to stir, really. But it takes a long time, so you have to plan ahead. James says, I'm with you. You miss out on half the communication experience without voice inflections. I text too, but it can be impersonal. Texting can come in really handy at times. Like, let's say you're in a crowd and it's hard to talk, and then you can text friends and go, hey, I'm over here. But I think it's good to hear a person's voice. And yeah, and it's hard to read tone in writing. So if you have something really serious to talk about and a person might take offense, it's really better to have it over the phone or in person so they understand better what you're trying to say. Like there was a time my mom asked me something and we were talking about something. I was trying to say no, thank you. And she thought I was saying no, thank you. And she was confused. Anytime, Jane. Tammy, you make keto bread? How do you make it? Oh, Shane says I have a vid of my mum, making Irish scones on my channel. Oh, cool. Shane, am I subscribed to you? Barbie says, Dutch oven bread. Hold on, kids. It will just be 5 hours. Exactly. And I need multiple Dutch ovens because they'll just eat it right away. So we have 3 boys, ages 20, 17, and 16, and then our girls are 11 and 5. So food disappears very quickly. Tonight I fried up 5 pounds of ground beef. I was very lucky to find ground beef at the restaurant supply store. And I actually wanted to buy another one, but I thought, no, I'm going to save some for other people. There were only, I think, 4 left. And I went to ask my husband something and came back, and someone had already bought a couple more. So I just bought one. But we still have the ingredients to make, I think, white chicken chili a couple times, and then yeah, we still have that are actual recipes, and then we're gonna have to get interesting. Oh, I also have a frozen turkey, and I'll have to plan a meal with that. But I haven't been able to buy any potatoes, so I don't want to make turkey unless I can have gravy and potatoes and all that. And I'm a fan of the idea of putting the Christmas lights back up. Besides flour, what other ingredients do you need to make bread? Depends on the recipe. You would need yeast. Actually, I've seen some recipes that don't even call for yeast. Um, Maybe I'll do a video where I include the recipe that my mom made growing up, but it doesn't have any milk in it. Probably has some salt, maybe. Actually, I don't even remember. I would like to learn how to make pita bread because I think I have ingredients to make hummus, but what good is hummus without pita bread? And my brother's made pita bread, and he's a major foodie. I could ask him, but he lots of times he doesn't have exact recipes. He just says, "Oh, a little bit of this and some of that and some of this." And my husband is the concoction king. He just gets a whole bunch of ingredients. What do we have in the freezer? It needs to be used, and we'll make something that looks scary to me. He made something the other night. It was actually pretty good, but I gave him a sweet and sour sauce recipe. I have a really good sweet and sour sauce recipe that uses pineapple juice. It's pineapple juice, brown sugar, cornstarch, soy sauce. I'm trying to remember what else, but it's really good. You can put it on like meatballs or whatever chicken you cook up. So we have a ton of rice. So we're definitely not going to starve because I got 25 pounds of rice. And that's one bag. So I wasn't like, here, let me take all the rice, everyone. That was from a restaurant supply store. Oh, Shane says he has a vid of him and his brother singing and playing U2 on guitar. Ooh, yay. Okay. I'll check that out. Leave me a comment later in case I forget, Shane, because I'm serious. I'm not just saying that. I've been to 2 U2 concerts, and that's like the only band that, like, if I'm not able to go to one of their concerts, that I will actually cry. And last time they came into town, it was really expensive, and it was on a Sunday, but I don't go to concerts and stuff on Sundays, and so people from my church went all the way up to Vancouver to see them. But then I thought, ugh, that's even more money, and then we'd probably have to spend the night, and then I'd have to get a passport or the enhanced driver's license, and that was that was like their tour for, I think, Rattle and Hum again they were doing, and that just pained me. Like, I want to go so bad. But I just couldn't justify the expense. But we went to their Vertigo concert, and what's the other one? I don't know. See, I'm drawing a blank. So, like I said earlier, I could remember that dialogue from my 8th grade German class. Actually, that was ninth grade German class. But at the moment, I can't remember the 2 U2 concerts I went to. And Shane, I love Coldplay. Never been one of their concerts though, and they did come to town, and I couldn't go, and I didn't cry, but I love U2 so much. So the first time I went to a U2 concert, everything was good and normal, and the second time, we were almost. So we had cheap seats, but they were really quite close to the stage, and it was because we were kind of we didn't have a good view, so that's why it was cheaper. But we were right against this railing, and I was close enough that I could have thrown something at U2 if I wanted to, but I would never throw anything at U2. And I'm live streaming. Okay, well, you have to wait a second. So, it's hard to explain. I would have to like draw a photo of the seating situation, but these 2 men came in, and they were drunk, and one of them he comes in stumbling, and he hangs on my husband. And the guy's boyfriend said, "No kissing, no kissing, no kissing," like telling him, not to kiss my husband. I'm like, you think he's gonna kiss my husband? And my husband is just like, and then the guy says to him, it's all your fault, you know. And if this were reversed, like if there were a drunk man hanging on me, I think my husband would have said, get off of my wife now. And I said, do you want to trade places with me? He goes, that's okay. And then when they started playing Beautiful Day, one of them fell down in the aisle with joy, and his legs are up in the air, and then security comes over. It tells him to get up. And the people who were in front of us and off to the side, so I wish I could give you guys a diagram of this. This one guy was acting normal until they started playing Sunday Bloody Sunday, and then he turned and he is just freaking out. He's acting like he's going to throw himself over the railing. And then his girlfriend, or I don't know if girlfriend, sister, got really mad at him and they left. And that was only like 2 or 3 songs in. I thought, you spent so much money on this concert and then you leave. But yeah, that guy was acting like he was on drugs. And the drunk guys, they went out, I think, to get more drinks and came back. And then I remember, so Bullet in the Blue Sky is like the one U2 song that I really don't like. So that's my bathroom break. And so I was walking past them to go to the bathroom, and one of them says, I know where you're going. Such a weird, awkward experience. And then I was wearing these slip-on shoes, and towards the end of the concert, I caught the top of my shoe on the bottom of the railing, and my shoe fell down to where U2 had walked. And I'm realizing I really can't walk all the way back to the parking garage with one shoe. So at the end, we had to beg a security guard to retrieve my shoe. That was a little embarrassing. But yeah, it's a good memory. Okay, let me catch up on comments, and then I'm gonna have to say goodbye because it's late and my son wants to dry his hair. What dreams may come? Hello. Jane, thank you. Rice will go, it'll last a long time for our family. Non-mutual group, you still have to work at UPS. I hope you stay safe. Lots of, do they do Amazon deliveries? Hi, Nasty Nate. More, your first concert was Leif Garrett. Dreams, you saw Pink Floyd in Australia. That's cool. Justice went to Black Sabbath and Ozzy. Oh. Yeah, I could imagine that would be a crazy concert. Oh, thanks, Barbie. We'll see if my skin's still glowing tomorrow. Nasty Nate says, the Oak Ridge Boys. Hey, Rob. I'm trying to remember the first concert I ever went to. So they have this thing in Seattle called Bumbershoot, where it's like this festival where tons of bands play for 3 days. And so you can go for just one day or you can go for all of them. But we would just pick a day as a family when I was a kid and go there. And I don't know how many times we went, but you can just go to part of a concert if you want and then go somewhere else. So you get in and you can go see so many bands. So just for amusement, we went and saw Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, but we didn't want to stay for the whole thing. We saw B.B. King. I went to Presidents of the United States by myself, and that was kind of fun. We saw Indigo Girls, and oh, in the background, like from another building, we could hear. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. The guy, the rapper who does "Baby Got Back." Hi, T-Rob. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Oh yeah, Hall & Oates. Ooh, be the small ooh. It's a fun little riff. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yes, thank you. Okay, if you want to see something funny, go to Utah. Go to YouTube. Go to Utah, everyone. Go to YouTube and look up Sir Mix-a-Lot and Seattle Symphony. He performed Baby Got Back with the Seattle Symphony and invited a bunch of women on stage. It was the funniest thing. This lady in the black dress, it was like she had prepared for this moment since 1992 or whatever year it was. Hi, Benz. How am I live? Well, I'm live. Is it midnight now for me? I don't know. Let me look. Oh yeah, 12:06. I like the nightlife. I like to boogie. Oh, you went to see Michael Jackson, Justice? That's so cool. Heather says, no, we try to leave Utah. Oh, T-Rob, why are you awake at 3 a.m.? Because you have insomnia? Okay, Ben's girl wants a meow meow song. How did we get on the meow meow discussion? Is it because I was talking about that classical song that's all meowing? Meow 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 meow. So, oh, I like the nightlife. I like to boogie. La, 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 la. Oh yeah. Oh, I like the nightlife. I like to boogie. I don't know the words. Sorry. One of these days I'll have a big book of lyrics in front of me. I should work on that. T-Rob, you're smoking bud at 3 a.m.? Ben's girl says anything can be meowed. That's true. Jane says she has Your Kisses on my list playing, oh, in your head all week. Meow, 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 meow. It's hard to meow. Because your kiss is on my list. And that's it. When I turn out the light. I don't know. I'm missing the I like to disco. I like to disco. I thought it was I like to boogie. Thank you, Justice. I like to imitate lots of voices. It's fun. was a voice I imitated recently that I was singing? Sometimes I like to try to sing like Aaron Neville. His vibrato is really interesting because it cuts out. The touch, the feel of cotton. I can't even do it. The fabric of our lives. I can't do it. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. I need water. Whew. I also need to warm up my voice. I've been talking for a long time. Am I going to do another dance? I don't know. I have to feel inspired. I just do whatever I feel inspired to do that day. That dance is like a very impromptu decision. Can I sing like Michael Jackson? Hey, hey. Oh, Jane, you did disco contests? That sounds like so much fun. I like Michael Jackson's older stuff. Da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Da-da-da-da-da. I like that kind of stuff. His later stuff, I was like, eh. It's funny, my daughter really got into Michael Jackson for a while, and one of my piano students said, "Hey, did you know Carmen has a crush on Michael Jackson even though he's dead?" Thanks for coming, little Mew Maid. Shane, you can't find the scones? T-Rob, I'm in the Seattle area, so yes, we've been affected, and I used to live really close to the epicenter, and I have lots of friends who live in that area, so that's been a little bit stressful. Particularly for one of my friends whose daughter recently had another heart surgery, and so she's very medically fragile, and they're very glad that school was called off because it was just too big of a worry to keep sending their kids. So in my town, I haven't heard of any actual cases in my town, but a lot of people work near the epicenter. So, and then you can have it for, the incubation period I've heard is like 2 weeks. So you could be walking around with it contagious. I'm not sure at what point it becomes contagious, but you are contagious before you have symptoms. So, and there's this one guy who's been live streaming who was quarantined for a long time, and he actually tested positive but doesn't have any symptoms, and they kept testing him and he was still positive, and they just can't figure out why he didn't actually get sick. So he can spread it to other people though. So not a fun feeling that any one of us could be walking around possibly contagious. And so my parents need groceries dropped off at their house, but then I have this fear that what if I am a carrier? So we just set the stuff down in their garage, and I think they leave it there for a long period of time until the virus would have died, unless it's something that has to go in the fridge or freezer or something. But the toilet paper and stuff, that can sit there in their garage for a good while. But yeah, my parents are being very careful because my dad is on chemotherapy and my mom has very compromised lungs already. So, and we've already been very, very careful about illness for 3 years now since my dad got cancer. And we're always trying to not ruin holidays by having to tell my parents, sorry, one of us has a cold. So even if it's just a common cold, we can't get together with them because that always leads to something bad for my mom. So, yeah, I hope you guys will all stay healthy, and I hope you find great ways to entertain yourself and get some things done. And I pray for you guys who have to go to work in this situation that you can stay safe and that your coworkers will take this seriously too. I'm sure those of you in the medical field, your coworkers are taking it seriously. But some people don't. And I hope it won't take much longer for them to decide. You do have to be really careful here. Well, thanks so much again. I think the chat froze again. Hang on. Jane, the incubation period is 27 days. You can have symptoms for 27 days. Ben's, oh, that's right, Ben's, you are in Washington. Well, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I really love chatting with you. I love getting to know you guys more. And I always lose subscribers when I live stream. Oh well. It goes down and then it crawls back up and then it goes down again. Actually, like most of my videos lately, I lose subscribers on them. Yeah. But you know what? I gotta be me. It's alright. Alright, you are gonna see just a regular video from me tomorrow and probably the next day. I'm not sure how often I'm gonna live stream. Thank you, Barbie. Alright, signing off. Thanks so much again.